Welcome to our latest update on the ongoing war in Ukraine from the War Insider. The 352nd day of the war has started. Main news: in the morning of February 10th, Russia has carried out another massive rocket strike against Ukraine's energy systems. Prihozhin has stopped recruiting prisoners in the Wagner PMC. Now the official recruitment is carried out by the Russian Ministry of Defense. Putin was recognized guilty in the crash of MH17 in 2014 in Ukraine. The Russian Federation Army has gone on the offensive. Ukrainian defenders destroyed the Terminator, the latest Russian battle machine for tank support. However, first of all, the map of battle operations. On the border with Belarus, Russian soldiers continue to be on Belarusian territory. However, there are no signs of forming attack groups. On the Svartove direction, the occupiers have partially succeeded in Gryankivka and have taken control of the forest near Oskol. Battles are taking place in the forests of Crimea, with the enemy surrendering and their equipment being defeated. Among other things, a Russian battle machine supporting tanks, called the Terminator, was destroyed. This machine received a lot of news coverage and had high hopes placed upon it. Russian propagandists both frightened and were proud of the Terminator. It was destroyed by the 140th Separate Reconnaissance Battalion of Marine Infantry. Bakhmut direction. The situation in Krasnohora in the Bakhmut sector remains complicated. All city assaults in Bakhmut were repelled. The advance on Ivanivsky was also contained. The Avdiivka sector saw a failed attempt by the Russian army to advance on Novomikhailivka. The occupiers' artillery has become active in Mariinka, Zaporozhian and Tavrik sections. In the settlement of Mirno of the Zaporozhian region, the occupiers brought in mercenary troops from the Wagner private military company, made up of conscripted prisoners. Russians are actively conducting filtering operations in Holodnoprastin. There, employees of the Russian Federal Security Service check the documents and personal belongings of local residents, paying special attention to phones. On February 8, Ukrainian defenders attacked the temporarily occupied Berdyansk airport. With this flight, our warriors destroyed more than 100 occupiers. Also, a storage facility with ammunition and fuel lubricant materials and a radar station were affected, reported the military administration of the city. During the day, Russia carried out 41 air and 3 rocket strikes, 2 of which hit Ukraine's civilian infrastructure. In response, the Ukrainian Air Force carried out 13 strikes against areas of concentration of Russian personnel and equipment. Russia has carried out another massive missile strike against the critical infrastructure of Ukraine. On the night of February 10th, the Russian army launched Shahid attack drones and Caliber missiles. The missile strikes continued in the morning. Ukrainian air defense forces brought the percentage of enemy objects shot down to 80%. Lithuania will transfer 36 L-70 anti-aircraft missile systems to Ukraine to shoot down Iranian drones, the Minister of Defense of Lithuania. Lithuania has also prepared not just anti-aircraft missile operators, but instructors who will later be able to train our military. TikTok revealed and blocked a network of 1,700 Russian bot accounts that spread disinformation about the war in Ukraine among European users, according to Bloomberg. The network operated in Russia but was mainly focused on residents of Germany, Italy, and the UK. A total of around 1,700 accounts were blocked. Vladimir Zelensky is speaking at the European Parliament. The speech was given by the head of the European Parliament, Roberta Metsola, with the main points being: we support Ukraine with military aid, and the next step should be the consideration by countries to provide fighter jets. Countries should make a decision on providing fighter jets to Ukraine. The head of the terrorist organization, the PMC Wagner, Prihozhin, has ceased to recruit prisoners into his ranks. This was confirmed by the press service of the Chechen Volunteer Corps Wagner. Prihozhin himself says that there is no longer a need for the recruitment of Russian prisoners because he has launched an advertisement on American resources about the acceptance of mercenaries and received more than 10 million applications from those who are interested. However, the prisoners are still arriving in the Russian army. Now they are directly conscripted by the official Ministry of Defense of Russia. The occupation authorities of Crimea are preparing for a Ukrainian operation to liberate the peninsula, according to the main intelligence agency. The Russian Occupation Administration of Crimea and the local division of the Federal Security Service have issued a decision to establish a high yellow level of terrorist danger. A high level of threat is being introduced in many areas of Crimea. Control over everything happening on the peninsula is being strengthened. Putin approved the delivery of the missile that brought down flight MH17 in 2014 the Air Force. There are solid grounds to believe that the Russian president decided to deliver the missile that brought down the Malaysia Airlines flight MH17. International investigators say the plane was shot down by a Russian-made missile over Ukraine, resulting in the death of about 300 people. The Boeing 777 was flying from the Dutch capital to Kuala Lumpur. Putin's intercepted conversations with the head of the so-called Donetsk People's Republic Plotnitsky on November 15, 2017, in which they coordinate Russia's support. Thus, the tribunal is getting closer and closer to the Russian dictator. This is all the news for today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. We'll be back with more updates and information tomorrow. Thanks for watching.